Deiondra Sanders and Jack have been in the news for years. People have talked about them, made guesses, and tried to figure out what really happened. Some thought it was cheating, some thought it was pressure from the industry, and some believed there was something even more shocking. But now, Deiondra has finally spoken, and what she shared has left everyone surprised. This is not just another celebrity breakup. This is the truth that no one saw coming. When we see famous couples, we see their beautiful photos, their happy moments, and their perfect posts on social media. But what we do not see is what happens behind the scenes. The problems, the fights, and the real reasons why relationships fall apart. This is exactly what happened with Deiondra and Jack. For years, people kept asking questions. Were they still together? Did they have a future? When they finally ended their relationship, fans were left confused. Some people said Jack was too busy with his music. Others said Deiondra wanted something different, but neither of them ever told the full truth. Until now. After staying silent for a long time, Deiondra has finally spoken, and what she said has changed everything. It is not what people expected, and this story goes much deeper than just a simple breakup. Why did their relationship really end? And what was so shocking that Deiondra felt she had to speak after staying silent for so long? Understand the truth? We need to go back to the start. Because once you see how it all began, what happened next will make even more sense. Deiondra Sanders is the daughter of NFL legend Deion Sanders. She grew up in a world of fame, success, and high expectations. But she did not just want to be known as Deion Sanders' daughter. She worked hard to make her own name. From business to reality television, she proved she was more than just her father's legacy. She was building something of her own. Then there was Jack. He called himself the king of R&B, and his smooth voice and confidence made him a big name in music. He kept releasing hit songs, and people loved him. Women admired him, men respected him, and his career was only getting bigger. So when Deiondra and Jack got together, people became obsessed with them. They seemed perfect for each other. Young, successful, and full of confidence. They went to big events together, shared sweet moments online, and lived the kind of life that many people could only dream of. But here's the truth. What people see from the outside is never the full story. While fans were calling them relationship goals, problems had already started behind the scenes. And according to Deiondra, there were clear signs from the very beginning. From the very start, there were signs that Deiondra and Jack's relationship was not strong. But at that time, she chose to ignore them. So, what were these signs? And why did Deiondra say she looked past the red flags? This is where the story takes a turn. Every relationship has good and bad moments, but some problems cannot be ignored forever. Deiondra now says the warning signs were there from the beginning. At first, she told herself it was just normal struggles of dating someone famous, busy schedules, too much attention from fans, and the pressure to look perfect on social media. But deep inside, she knew it was more than that. One of the biggest problems was communication, or the lack of it. Deiondra said Jack was always too busy. If he was not in the studio, he was traveling for shows or working on business deals. In the beginning, she understood. She knew dating someone in the music industry would not be easy. But as time passed, she started feeling like she was not important to him. Days would go by without a single message from him. And when he did call, the conversations were short, distant, and felt cold. Anytime she tried to talk about something serious, he would either change the topic or ignore it. Then came the rumors. Dating a famous R&B singer meant dealing with a lot of attention, especially from women. Deiondra never believed everything she saw online, but after a while, too many things started to look suspicious. There were always whispers. There were always little things that did not make sense. She saw pictures and videos of Jack at clubs, always surrounded by women. And some of those women looked way too comfortable around him. Some women around Jack seemed a little too comfortable. And then there were the messages. Strangers started sending Deiondra direct messages, warning her about what Jack was doing when she was not around. At first, she ignored them. She told herself that people just wanted to cause problems. But when the same rumors kept coming again and again, it became harder to pretend they did not matter. Then came the social media drama. Fans noticed something was wrong. Deiondra, who used to post about Jack all the time, suddenly stopped. Their cute couple pictures disappeared from her page. And then she started tweeting strange messages. One tweet in particular had everyone talking, "People will show you exactly who they are. Pay attention." That one message sent fans into a frenzy. Was she talking about Jack? Had she discovered something that changed everything? But what Deiondra revealed next left everyone speechless. Every relationship reaches a point where you have to make a choice. Do you fight for it, or do you walk away? For Deiondra, that moment came suddenly and without warning. She had already felt the distance growing between them. The emotional connection was fading. The late-night phone calls stopped. The sweet good morning texts that once made her smile became less and less. And then there were the questions. Questions she needed answers to. But every time she asked, she got excuses that did not make sense. But this was not just about feeling ignored. This was about trust. And one night, Deiondra finally saw the truth, a truth she could not ignore anymore. Maybe, just maybe, she was the only one who truly cared about this relationship. The moment that changed everything, it all started with a message. A friend sent Deiondra a screenshot. It was a post from a woman claiming that she had spent the night with Jack while he was out of town for a performance. At first, Deiondra did not want to believe it. She had heard rumors before. She had ignored them before. But this time, something felt different. The details were too clear. The woman described things that only someone close to Jack would know. His daily routine, his favorite drink, the little things he did when he thought no one was watching, and then came the real shock, the proof. This was not just talk. The woman had pictures, photos taken inside Jack's hotel room. When Deiondra looked at them, her heart dropped. The pictures matched exactly where he had been that night. This was not just gossip. This was real. The confrontation. Tell me the truth. Most people in her situation would have reacted with anger, heartbreak, or tears. But Deiondra, she handled it differently. She did not call him right away. She did not post about it online. Instead, she sat with it. She let it all sink in. The late nights, the excuses, the strange feeling in her heart that she had tried so hard to ignore. And then when she was ready, she picked up the phone and called him. Jack answered like nothing was wrong. "Hey, what is up, baby?" But Deiondra had no time for small talk. "I need you to be real with me right now. No lies, no games, just the truth. The truth. Tell me the truth." Silence, a pause that lasted just a little too long. And in that moment, Deiondra knew. She already had her answer. Of course, Jack denied everything. You know, people just want to start drama. You are really going to believe some random woman over me? But Deiondra had heard it all before. She was not about to ignore the truth just to hold onto a relationship that was already falling apart. "I've stood by you through everything, but I refuse to stand by you while you lie to my face." That was the moment everything changed. Jack got defensive. "Man, you are tripping. If you cannot trust me, then what is the point?" And that was it. If he really cared, if he really wanted to fight for their relationship, he would have done everything in his power to fix things. But instead, he was ready to walk away the moment she stopped believing his lies. So, she let him go. Moving on or holding on, the breakup was not easy. Deiondra had invested years into this relationship. She had believed in Jack, defended him, and supported him through everything. But support means nothing when it is one-sided. In the weeks that followed, fans started noticing the change. Deiondra unfollowed Jack on social media. The last pictures of them together disappeared from her page, and slowly but surely, she started to reclaim her peace. But what happened next? Well, let us just say Jack did not take the breakup as well as he pretended to, because what he did after the split had everyone talking. And trust me, you are going to want to hear this. When a breakup happens in public, one thing is sure: people watch everything. Fans, media, and even close friends start looking at every small detail. Every post, every deleted picture, every tweet or Instagram story suddenly seems important. And after Deiondra and Jackie broke up, it was very clear that this breakup was not going to be quiet. At first, Jackie acted like he did not care. He kept posting the same things: studio sessions, expensive cars, luxury trips, the usual rapper lifestyle. If someone just scrolled through his page, they would think he moved on very fast. But that was only on the surface. The truth was different. People started noticing things in his posts. One day, he shared a video from the studio listening to an unreleased song. The lyrics were, "She says she is done with me, but she is still watching. Girl, stop playing. You know that you are not stopping." Fans quickly started talking. Was he talking about Deiondra? Then, a few days later, he posted something else. It is crazy how people change when you were the realest one they ever had. That was the moment fans knew. He was not over her. And Deiondra? She saw everything, but she was not going to react. She had seen this kind of thing before, not just with Jacquee, but with many men who could not handle it when a strong woman walked away. And then, Jacquee did something else. He showed up with a new girl. Was she real, or just a way to make Deiondra jealous? Either way, things were about to get even more interesting. Not long after the breakup, Jacquee was seen with another woman. She was a beautiful model, someone he had known for a long time. But suddenly, they were spending much more time together. Fans had different opinions. Some said, he is single now, let him enjoy his life. But others were not sure. It all seemed too fast. It was not just about him being with someone new, it was how he made sure everyone knew about it. Posting small videos of her on his story, liking posts that threw shade, leaving comments under her pictures. Everything looked like classic rebound behavior. But Deiondra? She did not care. She was not the type to play social media games. No shady posts, no angry tweets, no indirect messages. Instead, she did something much stronger. She focused on herself. Deiondra's glow up. The best revenge is success. If there is one thing Deiondra knows, it is how to rise after a fall. She did not sit around feeling sad. She put all her energy into herself. Her work, growing, her social media, more powerful than ever, her life full of peace and happiness. And people noticed. Her followers started supporting her even more. You are glowing without the stress. Leaving a toxic situation makes everything better. This is what real success looks like. She was not just moving forward, she was shining, and the more she focused on herself, the more clear it became. Jacquee was not as over the breakup as he tried to show. Fans talking. The moment that changed everything. This is where things became very interesting. Months after the breakup, Jacquee did something that made everyone talk. During an Instagram Live, a fan asked him about his biggest regret in relationships. At first, he acted like he did not want to answer. He laughed, changed the topic, and tried to move on. But then, out of nowhere, he said something that made fans go crazy. Man, sometimes you do not realize what you have until it is gone. That was all he needed to say. Everyone knew exactly who he was talking about. Deiondra. And the best part? She did not react at all. No post, no tweet, no reply. She was too busy winning. Meanwhile, Jacquee was left watching from the sidelines, slowly realizing that maybe, just maybe, he had lost something real. But by the time he understood that, it was already too late. The truth behind their breakup? Breakups do not just happen for no reason. There is always something behind them. A series of small moments, little problems that keep adding up until one day, everything falls apart. For Deiondra and Jacquee, things looked perfect on the outside. They were that famous couple, successful, full of chemistry, living a life that many people admired. But behind the cameras, things were different. So, what really caused their breakup? Was it trust issues? Was it Jacquee's lifestyle? Or was there something even deeper? The pressure of dating in the spotlight, one of the hardest things for any famous couple, is dealing with the pressure of being in the public eye. When your relationship is always being watched, even small problems can feel big. Every little argument, every awkward moment, fans notice everything. People start talking. The media starts making stories. And before you know it, the pressure becomes too much to handle. From the moment Deiondra and Jacquee went public with their relationship, they were no longer just two people figuring things out together. Suddenly, they had millions of eyes watching, judging, and forming opinions about their every move. Some saw them as a power couple, while others doubted Jacquee was serious enough for a man like Deiondra. And let's be real, when the whole world has something to say about your relationship, it starts to take a toll. People close to them say Deiondra struggled with the chaos that came with dating someone like Jacquee. it was not just about dealing. With public opinions, he also had to handle women constantly throwing themselves at him, social media gossip, and the exhausting cycle of defending their relationship. At first, Jacquees tried to block out the noise, but over time, it started to wear her down. Then there were the trust issues, the kind that can break even the strongest connection. Because no matter how much chemistry a couple has, if trust starts to fade, the relationship will not survive. And when you are in a high-profile romance with a successful R&B artist, someone who is always on tour, surrounded by temptation, and living the rock star life, trust becomes even harder to hold on to. Now, to be clear, Jacquees never publicly accused Deiondra of cheating. But that did not stop the whispers. People in the industry talked, and over time, the rumors got louder. Some claimed Jacquees had caught him slipping, a flirty DM here, a suspicious text there. Even if nothing ever became public, the doubt alone was enough to shake the foundation of their relationship. There were rumors, and that was enough to make Deiondra question everything. She was not the kind of woman who would stay in a relationship where she felt disrespected. That was exactly what happened. Sometimes, relationships do not end because of one big mistake. They end when two people realize they are not going in the same direction. That is what happened here. Deiondra Sanders was serious about her future. She planned everything and worked hard to build something strong. She had seen her father, Deiondra Sanders, succeed in sports and business, and she wanted to create something just as powerful for herself. Jacquees was different. He loved music, late nights in the studio, traveling all the time, and partying with other artists. That lifestyle was fun for some people, but for Deiondra, it became a problem. She wanted something stable. He wanted to enjoy the moment. After a while, she understood that if they did not want the same future, then they could not have a future together. The breaking point. When Deiondra had enough, every relationship reaches a point where one person knows it is over. For Deiondra, that moment was quiet. There was no big fight. There was no drama on social media. She just stopped trying. She stopped arguing. She stopped defending him. She stopped caring about what others said about their relationship. That was when Jacquees knew it was truly over. Because when a woman like Deiondra gives up emotionally, there is no way back. Here is where things get even more interesting. After the breakup, people close to Jacquees say he tried to fix things. He realized, maybe too late, that Deiondra was not like the other women he had been with. She was not just another girl from the industry. She was different. She was special. When he saw her moving on, looking happy, and living her best life without him, that was when the regret started. Sources say Jacquees tried to reach out. He sent messages, asked mutual friends to talk to her, and even tried to call late at night. But Deiondra did not care anymore. She was done. And when a woman like Deiondra Sanders is done, there is no second chance. Lessons learned. What this story teaches us. So what can we learn from Deiondra and Jacquees' story? Here are the most important lessons. Love is not enough. If two people do not have the same goals and dreams, the relationship will not last. Trust is everything. Once trust is broken or even questioned, it is very hard to fix. Women know when to walk away. No matter how much history there is, if a woman feels unimportant, she will leave. Success is the best revenge. Deiondra did not waste time feeling sad about the past. She focused on her future, her goals, and her success. And in the end, she won.